life can sometimes feel monotonous and purposeless. It seems like everything revolves around the instant gratification of daily activities. If that's how you live, constantly chasing quick pleasures, spending all your free time gaming, binge-watching shows, endlessly scrolling through social media, and constantly glued to your phone, then chances are you lack the motivation to tackle important things like work, study, or pursuing your dreams. You have aspirations for the life you desire, but somehow the drive to work towards it eludes you. Instead, you find yourself seeking immediate thrills. Let me break it down for you in simple terms. Your brain has this incredible system called dopamine, which is responsible for making you feel good and motivating you to engage in activities like eating and mating, ensuring your survival and passing on your genes. Every time you do something beneficial for your survival, your brain rewards you with a delightful chemical called dopamine. It creates a desire within you to repeat that action. That's why dopamine is often referred to as the reward and motivation system. It serves a purpose, but here's the problem in today's world. We are bombarded with stimuli like adult content, video games, and social media that aren't actually crucial for our survival or procreation. However, these things are designed to flood our brains with dopamine. Every time you stumble upon a new post or video on social media, receive a like or comment, your brain experiences a surge of dopamine. These apps are specifically designed to hook you and generate profits. The same applies to video games. As long as you keep playing, they keep making money. They've mastered the art of making these activities as addictive as possible, with dopamine playing a key role. But here's the catch. Excessive dopamine consumption comes with its own set of issues. When we overstimulate our dopamine system, it becomes less effective. Our brain's dopamine receptors start to weaken, requiring more and more dopamine to experience the same level of pleasure we used to derive from activities like exercise or eating. Paradoxically, the more dopamine we seek, the less satisfied we become. We gradually become desensitized to dopamine's effects. In essence, we develop an addiction, constantly craving higher doses of dopamine. The more we indulge in social media and gaming, the deeper we sink into this addictive cycle, always yearning for more. It becomes a trap that ensnares us. The challenge lies in the fact that dopamine is also the driving force behind motivation and reward, which explains why you struggle to find the motivation to work towards your goals or engage in meaningful activities. The prospect of working, studying, taking care of yourself, or making long-term decisions doesn't seem as enjoyable because the reward isn't instantaneous or stimulating enough for your overstimulated brain. Over time, the more addicted you become to dopamine, the more you find yourself mindlessly scrolling through social media, consuming empty content for hours on end, constantly chasing one dopamine hit after another. You start playing a video game, but quickly get bored and move on to something else. You spend countless hours scrolling through TikTok, making impulsive online purchases, starting yet another video game, and in the process, you waste precious days and even years of your life, enriching these giant companies while hindering your personal growth. You become a person devoid of ambition, finding no real joy in life and merely seeking instant gratification. Ironically, even these activities fail to bring you true happiness. You've become enslaved to dopamine, and that's why your life feels empty. But here's the exciting news. You have the power to change this in a relatively short amount of time. It's not necessarily easy, but it's definitely within your reach. The first step is to break free from activities that excessively stimulate dopamine production, as I mentioned earlier. Video games and social media are among the primary sources of dopamine overload. I know it may be hard to hear, but they are designed to flood you with dopamine as frequently as possible. Another significant contributor is pornography, exploiting our brain's innate inclination towards sex and triggering intense dopamine rushes. Thanks to the internet, we can access explicit content in one night that surpasses what our ancestors witnessed in their entire lives. Just imagine the impact it has on your brain. During these sessions, you imprint countless images on your screen, depleting your vital energy, and falsely believing you've accomplished something significant for the day. I'm not here to control your life. My aim is for you to comprehend how all of this works before it's too late. These activities flood your brain with dopamine, ultimately preventing your life from aligning with your aspirations. Therefore, it's crucial to reduce your involvement in such activities, and it's not limited to the ones I mentioned earlier. If something becomes your go-to solution whenever you're slightly bored, it's likely providing you with an excessive dose of dopamine. Yes, it will be tough, but the reward is a genuinely improved life and a growing sense of happiness with each passing day. Isn't that what truly matters? While watching this video, you might have thought, "No way! I don't want to give up social media and video games because they make me feel good." However, it's essential to recognize that they are the problem, not the solution. People who have never played video games don't require them to avoid feeling down. The discomfort you experience when faced with the idea of giving up these activities should serve as a wake-up call to liberate yourself from dependency and remove them from your life. Envision yourself 10 years from now, reflecting on the choices you're making today and how they'll shape your emotions. Will you feel proud or burdened with regret? It's time to replace instant pleasure with activities that provide delayed gratification. Engage in small daily actions that accumulate over months and years, gradually working towards the body you've always dreamed of and striving for your goals. Let your future self look back on this period of your life with joy and pride. If you've made it this far, it means you resonate with the messages in my videos and you're ready to embark on a journey of self-improvement. Share this with a friend who may benefit from it, and don't forget to subscribe and show your support by liking the content.